recently been looking at acrylic pour techniques and got rather excited about it. I will do it at some point, but I wanted to see I have been looking at the techniques of acrylic pour, where you pour your mixture of paint, pouring medium, and an oil, a treadmill belt lubricant oil they call it, and you get a lovely effect on your paper or whatever surface you're painting. I wanted to see if this would work with watercolours or what it might do. So what I've done is I've mixed a turquoise here. You can see it's a very runny, though quite intense pigment, and I'm just going to put a drop or two into it. This is the oil, and I can see it sitting on the surface straight away because, as we know, oil and water don't mix. But I'm mixing it with the end of the brush, and I'm just going to pour it out. That's interesting already because it's just, oh, and I've got some bits of dust on there. Let's see if we can, So I wonder if we just put a few drops in and move them about. Now you can see, it was quite an interesting experiment actually, but it obviously needs refining if it's going to do anything helpful. The mixture, the acrylics, they put a flow medium in it, so I might try this again with the flow medium and the oil. This should have been enough effectively with the water, obviously, to make it flow, but the oil has gone into certain areas. Naturally, you can see where I poured it in initially, we've got this nice blob, and then when I've just sort of tried to move it around, I obviously have been moving the oil as well as the paint wash. But I was thinking of it, if it did do anything helpful, of using it as a background technique. You know, we use sponging and cling film and other things. But let's see. Oh, that's quite interesting. That's how that's come off. Okay, that's one stage. I'm going to try it with some of the flow medium. This is part 2. Let me just get you further in the frame. Okay, I've put some of the Floetrol pouring medium in with a bit more pigment and the oil. Let's see what happens. Let's pour it about. Now I've got quite a thick consistency there, so what I'm going to use is a spreader and just see, holding it very lightly. And as with just the ordinary mix, you've got some little, they call them cells, appearing. The idea is then to put some heat onto it, which I will do. I can't reach with my heat gun for the socket, so I'll have to do that off camera and then show you what it ends up like. I have managed to reach, so let's see what happens. We're starting to get some interesting shapes, certainly, but I don't know really whether it's worth the effort as a background for a watercolour painting. It's quite interesting to see you've got like a crackle lure effect there. Let's just do a bit more. Let's just spread some of this out a bit. No, it's formed a skin look, so that's not going to do much more, I don't think. I suppose if you were doing something and you wanted an effect that looked like a crazed pottery, a crazed ceramic, or I mean, it's quite a nice interesting tree bark arrangement, isn't it? But I don't really think it's worth the fuss and the effort, to be honest. But I just thought I'd have a go and see what happened. I'll probably revisit it again at another point with watercolours. I'm certainly going to try the acrylic pour at a later stage, but I just did that as a little, that's not too bad, that's still tacky, as you can see. I just thought it would be an interesting exercise. But if you have a go, let me know what happens with yours and we can compare notes.